Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all participants of the online short-term course series brought to you by Skillveda. We are thrilled to have you here. At Skillveda, we are passionate about empowering growth through accessible, high-quality learning, whether it's a short-term course, webinar, or hands-on training. Skillveda is your partner in skill development, offering a wide range of webinar, offline workshop, short-term courses and training programs designed to help you unlock your potential and achieve your career goals. It's our pleasure to welcome you to the certification course on ECCE. Over the next few sessions, we will explore key topics like understanding ECCE, child development stages, effective teaching strategies, assessment and evaluation, and inclusive education. Get ready for interactive discussions. A special welcome to our esteemed trainer, Ms. Devjani Das, a seasoned trainer and consultant with over 30 years of experience in the field of education, to share her knowledge and insights. Welcome, Ms. Das.
Thank you so much, Twinkleji. So, Skillveda is always there to support and help the educators in various ways. So, be it in a learning, training, or in any other ways. So, here today we are starting our 3 days intensive course on ECCE. This will help you for your 25 hours of the CBSC also. And this is also going to give an addition to your knowledge. Maybe, see, you people are already into education, you know many of the things when I will be doing it. But yes, maybe not in the structured way that you can go and implement it in a much better way. So the first and foremost request is that if you can all keep your videos on and unmute yourself when it is required. Yeah. So thank you, Vaidehi ma'am. Rest also, if you can, please keep your videos on. So we will be starting with the first day topic, which is really very interesting. Though what should I say? The topic is very common. You all are aware of these terms, but yes, how these are helping you to implement in the class in much better way, and what is currently the NEP or the NCRT is expecting out of you, so that you will be knowing it in a much better and a structured way. So understanding holistic early childhood development. So what do you mean by early childhood development? Can anyone come up and please unmute yourself and speak, because this is not going to be a only a lecturing session, but a interactive session, give and take, because a lot of activities are there which you have to do it to get the certificate properly. If you can please unmute yourself, please switch on your videos. So who can tell me what is early childhood development? Okay. Yeah, unmute yourself. Yeah, it's a little breaking. Yeah.
So according to me, early childhood education is nurturing the child in a proper way. That is, they have to be a lifelong learner and they have to be useful to the society. So we have to teach them the value-based as well as the holistic development. Whether it's going to be a gross motor, fine motors, or emotional, social, or the physical. Everything
Basically,
should be
the
covered.
360-degree development.
Yes.
Okay. So the early childhood education, it actually begins from the birth till 8 years. So this is the time when actually the brain develops very rapidly. And by the age of 6 to 7, 95% of our adult brain is already developed during this period of time. Okay, so naturally, the way you need to give your child the proper nutrition, food, proper diet for the health and for their physical development. Similarly, you need to basically also give a proper nutritive training or instructions or food for their brain also to develop. Because once the 95% of the brain gets developed, there's hardly anything that you can teach. Because rest of the life, it will be the 5% which you can keep on brushing up. So whether you have to break
So,
or make. Yes, anybody? Okay. So whether you have to break or make a child's life, this is the most crucial and important age. So here the foundations of learning is built. Now we need to, as Krupa ma'am said, that we need to make a child a lifelong learner, right? So when we can make a child lifelong learner, will it be through rote learning? Can it be done through rote learning? Never. So only the way you can make a child lifelong learner is through exploring, experimenting, and innovative way. So the more you play, more the child explores, the more the child interacts, the curiosity, the inquiry inside their child should come out. So they have lot of questions to ask, rather a teacher asking them questions. They should have lot of questions in their mind, right? So they can ask you questions. So you have to keep your teaching methodology in such a way. You have to create that inquisitiveness in the child. That inquiry based learning should be implemented so that you can make a child a lifelong learner. And that is what the main target of NEP 2020 is, to remove the rote learning and to make a child a lifelong learner. One poem we have taught, the child went back, pura ratta mara, just learned by heart, came in the exam without understanding the poem, wrote the poem, maybe recited the poem, exam finish. Within a week, you ask the child to repeat the poem, the child won't be able to. Like how many of us we remember uh, poems that we learned when we were in class 3, 4? Only those which was very interesting, maybe created an impact in our mind. Those poems we still remember. That the way we remember all the nursery rhymes, because we can relate those figures. When we are saying Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, we remember that big egg sitting on a wall. Like then the next picture was Humpty Dumpty fell and broke, and all the kings, those men and the horses. So that is the picture that we have already made it in our mind. So we don't have to go on learning that rhymes, because that has created that impression in our mind. right? So that is how, whenever we are, so we need to improvise our teaching method through experiential learning, through exploration, through innovation. So the child comes up with lot of questions and queries, and you as a felicitator can felicitate them with the answers. Any question till now? Please, can you make this a very interactive session? Otherwise, it will be a very boring session, I tell you, because a lot of theories, and theories. All will go to
Any
sleep.
query, any questions you can ask. And we will be giving PDF notes also, so no need to write anything. Abhi just listen to her, what
Yeah,
Devyani ji is saying.
we'll give you a proper notes. So we are talking about holistic development. We are we can hear this term in multiple places. In you, if we watch YouTube, if we see any PPT, if we have attend any workshop, so we are now coming across this word holistic development. So basically, what is this holistic development? It is a 360 development, that is an overall development. It starts from your mental, physical, emotional, social, morals. Nowadays, you will see that, especially in the CBSE schools, life skills are being taught. So, what are these life skills are? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, Krupana.
Life skills, yeah. Life skills are those which they use it in their day-to-day lives.
Correct.
Something like
Su-
cleaning,
Suppose,
washing.
suppose we are talking about a child of 3 to 4 years. That means in nursery to KG. So, what kind of life skills we should impart to them?
Something like buttoning, um, something
Yeah.
like
Shoelaces,
Uh,
tie up the shoelaces and buttoning also, folding of the clothes. We do this
Correct.
kind of activities in nursery to KG.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So these are basically these are the life skills for this particular age group, right? So then emotional, you can have certain group activities where they can learn to work in a group. They can learn to help the peer, the sharing and caring, right? You can have lot of outdoor activities where they learn various ways of etiquettes and manners, small things. Okay, so this is how you are creating a holistic development. This is the holistic development. Any question till now?
No,
No?
ma'am.
Good. So what is the importance? Why we want to have a holistic development, and why so much of discussion on this, why NEP is also wanting all the other methods. If nowadays this Finnish method is also very popular, getting popular, different high schools are implementing Finland method, or Finnish methodology in the early childhood. So what is the info, why people are running after this holistic development, why it has become so important in life
one is
suddenly?
that I guess it is. One is that all are interconnected actually. All the areas of development are interconnected. So if one is getting stopped or something hindered, other part will also get affected. So maybe because of that.
Yeah, that is right. But why suddenly the focus is on holistic development? Why it has become so important?
Because nowadays many people are in IT field and they don't know to handle the, or to say, if a small problems comes in their life, they are not able to handle it. They are going for some wrong things. So they understood, as a society, we have understood that
handling the situation according to the demand. Right. So this is basically the holistic development is first you can say we are trying to remove the rote learning. So once you are removing the rote learning, a child becomes a lifelong learner. Right. So when we are talking about the life skills is that means your physical, emotional, and social skills. Why social skills? Because the nuclear family, lack of friends, they don't, the peer pressure, societal pressure. There are times when these kids they cannot relate themselves. They're being unable to handle the situation. And yes, of course, even for the professionals, they are taking a wrong decisions. So when you give in a classroom scenario a problem solving situation, create a problem solving situation and see how these kids are coming up. What is happening? They can relate this into their real life scenario. So see, in earlier days, people used to only talk about IQ, right? Only IQ, IQ, IQ. But for a very recent period of time, maybe 15, 20 years, 15 years, maybe, not more than that, people have started talking about EQ. That is the emotional quotient. Why it is important? Because when you are, suppose you're working in an IT sector, there are a lot of stress, lot of issues. A person becomes unable to handle those things and their skills reduces. The skills gets reduced. Maybe from that particular person, a company could get at least 80 to 85 out of 100%. But with this lack of uh, unable to handle the stress or lack of problem solving ability, that person is now only can give the company 40%, 35%. So that means just half of what the person is able to give. So nowadays, every MNC you can talk about or any other professional fields, when the interview, even for the UPSC exams also, you can see that they don't only ask to check the IQ of that particular candidate. They also give some situation. They give a situation and see that how that person is reacting to that situation and how that person is going to handle that particular situation. So there is the EQ is required. And IQ plus EQ, they together forms the holistic development. So if we come down to early childhood education, it should begin from that particular 2 years. In once in a week, the parent can ask the child, okay, come on, we'll go to the market today and you will decide what vegetable I'm going to cook today. Whatever the child maybe the child has selected one pumpkin, two potatoes, one cucumber. Now when the child comes back home, the mother should ask, okay, now tell me what kind of uh, food you are going to eat out of this, because this is what I have in my kitchen. So, that is how the problem solving skills will start developing. Okay, pumpkin and potato can make one sabji. Cucumber can be used as a salad because the child can always go back and say, okay, cucumber miss has told me can be eaten raw and as well as cooked. So I can eat it raw as a salad. So today's menu is pumpkin and potato sabji, salad with cucumber and rice or chapati, whatever the child decides to eat. See, here the parent is creating that problem solving, decision making, because this is the base when the child should start understanding, and we as an educator or as a parent should start imparting this. Because after 7 or 8 years, you cannot, this is not, I'm not saying this, this is research is saying that after 7 or 8 years, you cannot teach them anything new. Even for if you see the Erik Erikson theory, you must have all gone through Erik Erikson theory. Are you all aware of the theory, Erik Erikson? So you must go back after the class, after the session. You can go to Google. You can see the theory of development by Erik Erikson. You can see that when this basics are starting, and then you can even analyze yourself also, because Erik Erikson theory every educator should read. Okay, I can only see Krupa ma'am. Please, can others also kindly? I'm not that bad looking also or scary. You can all switch on your videos. It will be very encouraging for me. Otherwise, it seems that I'm talking to a wall, a black wall. Nothing is coming out of that black wall, and I'm going on talking and talking. You know. So slowly
Devjani
my
ji,
end.
yeah, sorry, बीच में I just
नहीं नहीं
want
आप
to,
बोलो ना.
can you summarize something about that theory which you are just talking about? Just
Yes,
little bit about the
that
theory.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. There are eight points in that Erik Erikson theory of development. You must read this because this is not only going to help you to understand the developmental milestones, but also it will also help you to understand yourself. That you can also do a self analyzing. Here, there are 8 points. It begins from the 0 to 5. There are different stages: trust versus mistrust, industrious versus non-industrious. You will see that how a child is getting developed, and when a child becomes a man to a old man, why this features. Then you will get the answer that okay, I have met a person who is who is having a problem we couldn't understand, but after going through this, now I understand that why this happened to this person or why this person is like this. Like the first point I can discuss, trust versus mistrust. This begins especially when a child is abandoned by the mother. When a child spends maximum time with a caregiver other than mother, but not with that warmth or not with that physical hug or physical warmth as he requires or she requires at that particular time. You will see there is going to be some kind of uh, lack of confidence, always anxiety, uh, a sense of failures always. Okay, मुझसे नहीं होगा, I won't be able to. Insecurity, I was not being able to get this term. Insecurity, this is one of the key feature of the trust versus mistrust. But where you will see a child is getting a very warm family, the warmth of the mother, the heart, even you don't need a mother also. If a child is being brought up by any other caregiver who gives the child the sense of security or the warmth of the body and that kind of uh, confidence, the child will never have this mistrust issue. So there are 8 such points where you will see in every point you will find that there are something or the other, but from where you should begin. We always say, "Arey, ye to chota bachcha hai. Leave it." What we do at times, what we do, we susu kar diya. You don't know? Shame, shame. Oh, we do it usually, right? But here I will say that never do this. Because even a child of 1.5 years or 2 years has that self respect inside. And if you keep on doing this, the child will start losing its confidence. And the child will become very shaky, nervous, multiple developmental issues will arise. So even if we say the child is 1.5 year or 2 years, doesn't matter. We will have to think twice that what we are telling the child. Okay. So anything you want to add on to this or talk about till now?
Any point unclear to you, or you want to description of that point? Samina, Bavlapreet ji, Vaidehi ji, Baljinder ji, any questions, any query from anyone?
No,
Harpreet ji, any questions?
I'm so good in explaining.
Yeah, you are too
Oh,
good. Like.
No, ma'am.
you are not patting, so I patted myself. Okay. Okay. So the domains of development. What are the domain? Domain means the areas of development where actually the developments. Something is written. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay. No, ma'am. So the domains of development or the areas of development. This is a physical development. Now, physical development again has 2 subdivisions. Can you tell me what? Very easy.
Actual physical and
Gross
mental.
motor and fine motors.
Yes. Please, Manisha ma'am, आपका चेहरा भी देखना चाहिए. गला तो सुन लिया. If you can please switch on your.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm thinking
You look
actual
so
physical
pretty.
development. Thank you. Actual development, like physical, like height and everything, that is physical and mental as well.
No. Physical development is that height and all is different. It's basically the gross motor skill and
Gross motor skills, then
the fine motor skill.
concentration.
Fine
Yeah.
motor skill. This is the physical development. Okay. So now gross motor skill includes what? The large muscles,
Yes.
the large body muscles like your hands, your shoulder, your
Yes.
legs, cuff muscles, right? So these are like coordinating, catching, throwing. I'm talking
Catching,
about the early childhood education because we
responding
are
also.
dealing with these. Yes. Throwing, catching, coordinating, jumping, skipping, right? Balancing. So these are all basically the physical development. Now comes the cognitive development. Now the fine motor skill, that's a gross motor. Fine motor skill is the palmar and the pincer grip. Why my hand is cannot be shown? See, I'll just switch off the background. Today I'm wearing white, out of white, so no one can see me. What is this? Why this is happening? Okay, so no, this. Okay, this is the palmar grip. Okay, and This is the pincer grip. Right? Can I ask you one thing to do? And please, whoever here is a left-hander, is there any left-hander or right-hander? All right hand? So those who are right-hander, please write your name. Your left-hander, Krupa ma'am?
I'm right-handed.
Right. Okay, so those who are right-hander, write with your left hand. Okay, don't cheat. Write with your left hand your name, your address, and your profession. With your left hand. Please switch on your video and write. Don't cheat. And those who are left-hander, please write with right hand. Once you finish, mark yourself out of 10. Give yourself marks. Out of 10, how much you will get?
They can show
Your
on the
name.
camera also, na? They can show
You
on the
can show,
camera.
you can click picture and send it in the chat box.
Yeah, Harpreet ji, we can see.
Ha. How much you have given? 9. Good.
No. 10 out of 4.
4. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
4 out of 10, sorry. 4 out of 10.
Okay.
In my
Why so
head.
Okay.
less?
Okay.
I have given
So,
myself.
okay. Now, tell me one thing. Was it very comfortable for you to write?
No, ma'am. Not so comfortable because I'm not
Okay.
habitual, so that's why.
Because our pincer grip, this muscle, the small muscles, are not
They
ready
are
for
not
my
developed.
left hand.
Yes,
They are
yes,
not developed. So my
true.
right hand is developed. So now you can understand that if we don't do activities to improve and to enhance these small muscles, the small activities which actually help these small muscles to develop, a child will face problem in writing in future. Either they will have a very poor handwriting or they will start having apathy towards writing. They won't be able to write. They won't be happy to write because if we are asked to start writing from the left hand today, I won't be able to write one single word, sentence to forget. So the same thing happens with a child if the muscles are we are not taking care of. These small things that neither the parents understand nor some schools they understand. Because this is very important for a child to begin the writing part. So before they begin with the writing, there should be actually the appropriate age for start holding a pencil is 5 years. We in India we cannot wait till 5. Our high schools will die, and same as our parents will also die.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Sure.
Some kids have this writing difficulty now. So, how can we handle it actually? They find it
Yes,
very
that
difficult to
is
write.
very difficult to write. So we have to do lot of developmental activities related to this fine motor skill. What are those? We can do threading the beads, right? We can give them play dohs. They'll just do this. You can give them soft balls. where they can keep on squeezing it, right? You can ask them to tear the paper, give them old newspapers, ask them to tear. They will tend to tear the paper like this, right? I'll show you one activity. It's yeah. So suppose you give this paper to a child, they will not initially they won't be able to tear the paper like this. They will. So as a teacher or as a trainer or as a caregiver, we should ask them to hold the paper like this, and one thumb will be here. See? Now, push and pull. Push and pull. One thumb will push and one thumb will pull. Push and pull. Teach them. See, once you teach them these small, small activities, before you make them hold a pencil, see, once our muscles are already settled, you won't be able to do anything. So before they get hard, before they become tight, till their muscles is soft, you can do this lot of activities. Before giving them pencils, give them the thick crayons.
Yes,
Give
very
them,
nice idea. Ma'am, I have got one more question.
yes,
Some kids are not able to write in a cursive letters and all. Some schools
what is the
expect
age
them
group?
to LKG or UKG itself. They're asking them
I
to
think
write in the.
I think that's very difficult and they should not. It is absolutely unscientific because NEP has stopped from making the child write cursive early years. I think the cursives are starting from class one.
Some
Yes, ma'am.
schools
We are
are
using
saying.
MR script.
Mm-hmm.
MR script is there for LKG, UKG, and nursery.
Ha. The print or the script writing. Yeah. See, if a school is expecting, then it is very difficult. You can give them lot of patterns. You can give them the mountain patterns. You can give them those hill patterns before they start with the cursive. But I'll tell you, this is very unscientific. And now mostly the CBSE schools have stopped that. It's all starting from class one. See, first of all, you need to understand that, see how much Harpreet ma'am has given 4 to her writing. Correct. So you have to understand that even their muscles are not ready to write one letter. And we are expecting them to do a lot of curvings with their hand. Their eye-hand coordination is not ready. Most of them doesn't know that they have to look from right to left when they're writing. So that is what you have to do lot of activity. ECC basically focuses on the activity because each of the developmental areas you will see how you can do the development or nurture them only through experiential learning or activities. See, I'm coming across many schools because I go to Pan India for trainings. So there are many teachers, many schools, they're saying, ma'am, time kahan hai? Where is the time? We have a framework of syllabus that needs to be completed. We have the first term, we have the uh, first quarter exams, this and that. But see, initially in the beginning, like now the sessions are going to get begin. If you can design at least your next 3 months activity. And what are the materials and props that you will be using for that? If you are ready with it, I don't think you need to think about finishing your syllabus, because this activities only will give you the, it will take maybe 20 minutes or half an hour. You can complete one total topic out of it. And you will see that how creative your kids are becoming, how fast their developmental milestones are. Maybe if it was 20 days to learn one letter, if you are doing it through activities, you will see that 20 days has come down to 12 days. But yes, you need to be prepared before entering the classroom. That is the problem. We are not ready yet to accept that our mindset is like that. Experiential learning, activity, my God, it's so time taking. No, it's not at all. Trust me. I have tried and I have tried and tasted. It is not at all. If you are prepared, if you are prepared for next 3 months, if you know that, okay, Monday for counting, I will be doing this activity. Wednesday for enhancing vocabulary, I'll do a storytelling, and this is the story and this is the props. If you are ready with it, nothing can stop you from seeing that miraculous change in your classroom. Nobody is doing, doesn't matter. Why don't you start it? If you as an educator show the pathway, footprint, keep your footprints. Make your classroom a unique classroom. And you can see the difference. I can give you 100% guarantee in this. Once you do it with activities, trust me, my dear, you can see that total difference in your classroom. So this is what I see. These are the physical development, cognitive development. What is that? What is cognitive development?
Brain using something like sorting, matching, or
But
recognizing.
what is cognitive is? What cognitive is the logical development.
That logical, yes. Critical
It's a
thinking,
logical,
logic.
it's a critical thinking. Correct. And in the latter stage, it becomes the mathematical skill, right? So for the logical skills, the activities like puzzle solving, for early childhood, for 2 years, 3 years, you can give two puzzles, three puzzles, right? You can give them activities like, okay, today we are going to match the pattern. Tall, short, tall, short. Now next what? Next who will come?
Um,
Tall. So this is how you can give them the activity base. And these are much more fun way than showing them a book and asking them, okay, solve this. They will never learn it, love it. And again, you are going back to that rote learning era.
Ma'am, in this way, we can also go with the sorting activities like
Yes,
rajma and peas. We just mixing them and then
absolutely.
giving them pot and sort them. So this is critical
Absolutely.
thinking also and fine motor skill development also.
Both,
So we are
both.
also doing
Even
this
for
kind
the
of
colorful buttons, you can give
yes,
them the
ma'am.
colorful buttons
Anything
and ask
for the color recognition
anything.
activity, it will also come in that.
Absolutely. See, these are all your inclusive education. Not, I'm not inclusive. It's a interdisciplinary,
Interrelated activities like
interdisciplinary activities.
yes,
So
ma'am.
with one activity, you are catering to multiple developments. Multiple developments.
Yes.
So even if you can give them the pouring of water. So this much of this size of glass requires how much water? Their aesthetic skills will also develop with that. Their eye measurement will get developed. So when the eye measurement gets developed, their cognitive skills is also getting developed. Right? Eye hand coordination. So once they are good in eye-hand coordination, their writing will also get improved. See, everything is interdependent. So you start catering to one, you will see that multiple areas are getting affected. Right? Then language development. So how you will be doing this language development? See, now NEP has said the mother tongue. You have to put the stress on mother tongue for the early years. So now the parent will say, I have admitted to an English medium school. Why will you speak in South Indian, Hindi, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, whatever? Why will you? But they need to also understand that from what background a child is coming, that's the first thing. Do they speak English all the time? No. So first they need to understand. You have to make them comfortable in the school. If you start speaking in English, they will become very disturbed. The learning will shut down immediately. If they're disturbed, if they're not very comfortable, the learning will not happen. So initially start with the mother tongue. Slowly you get switched on to English. That is one part. Second is how creatively you can do this language development.
LSRW skill.
Rhymes,
LSRW,
stories.
of course, is there, listening, that is, but how will you do that? What are the activities that you can involve in doing the language development?
I used to do some alphabet hunts for younger children, like PKG, scavenger
Yes,
hunt like thing and do
good.
for
You can do
alphabets.
scavenger hunting. You can do that. That I go and that is for the absolutely low level, like for the play group.
Yeah.
Right? Slowly you can start introducing with the storytelling.
Storytelling with the puppets also.
With multiple, you can do it with many materials. It
Prop.
can be through different puppets, it can be through books, it can be through
Books,
your
pictures,
only facial
cards.
expressions, flashcards, through your softboards. Okay, so that can be done. So storytelling plays a very, very vital role in language development. Suppose you want to teach them the winter. Just now we have come across winter. So you want to tell them, talk about the winter vegetables, right? Now you can just never go for those traditional stories. Always prepare your own stories where a child can relate themselves. Suppose I have to do a story on, not a story, I have to introduce the winter vegetables. How will I start? I will tell them, Vicky is a boy, very naughty boy. He doesn't want to eat anything, no vegetables. And every evening he used to go to park to play. But the friends were playing, and he used to become very tired after 5 minutes. And then one day he fell sick, very sick. And the doctor was ready with a needle, okay, and said that, okay, you will be getting one injection because you don't eat any vegetables. He said, please leave me. I will eat. So you will be a good boy? Yes. Then mother prepared a yummy, yummy, tasty soup. How? She chopped. You can name some winter vegetables, capsicum. She chopped. See, you are using those particular words, chopped, with a knife. She chopped tomatoes. She chopped cauliflower. So you name those winter vegetables. Then she took those vegetables and washed under the tap. Then she poured that on a bowl and put that bowl on the stove. And then she stirred it with a big spoon. See, you are using the word stirring and with an action.
And here
Stirred
they
it.
are also learning the more vocabulary words, also with the
Yes,
stories and also. So
absolutely. So now what you have done, you have introduced the winter vegetables. Very interestingly, the good side of eating vegetables, healthy food. You are using certain words which they will go back and use at home. So they are enhancing with their vocabulary parts, right? And lastly, it is the fun. That fun element. It's very important because learning happens faster when you are giving a very motivating and fun element to it, right? So, see, you don't have to show them pictures and say, this is a winter vegetable, tomato, capsicum. You don't need to. So just simply, you just straight away, because see, they can relate. कि घर पे तो I don't eat vegetables. So maybe I'm getting sick. So these are all the things that they are relating to it. And once they relate to it, the learning will happen faster. Don't go and tell them some moral stories or things. They will never be able to relate and understand it so well at this age group, 2 to 5 years, especially. They will be more interested in listening and hearing to the stories where they can relate themselves. They can put themselves in that place. So this is one activity very important activity for the language development. Then you can do a role play. You are a doctor, you are a nurse, then what kind of conversations? This can be for your junior KG, senior KG. You can create a market situation where they're selling fruits. So again, see, it is an interdisciplinary activity. You are teaching them fruits. You are teaching them how to go to the market and bargain and wait, money, and of course, coming to the language. And always remember that from 0 to 5 years, the attention span is just double their age. Okay, it is just double their age. Only storytelling can enhance that concentration. If a 2 years old child, the concentration time you can expect from that child is 4 minutes. But if you keep on telling them the story and ask them to narrate it, the storytelling will help the child to enhance that 4 minutes to 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. So that is what the language development. Then social development. Social and emotional is very much interrelated. Now tell me what kind of activities. Till now I have told you given you the example of activities. Now you will come and tell me that what kind of activities you can give for this social and emotional development.
Sharing.
What activity will you do?
During blog play,
Hmm?
you can share their blogs and play
group
together.
activities, ma'am.
Group activities, yes.
Group
So what?
activities like
I have tried
Sharing the
golf
tiffin boxes
course.
with the other kids.
Yeah, that is also a good activity. Sharing. That means you can have a class party. You can have other group activities like you can divide the class into 4 groups. You can always do the exchange. Like, don't let the child sit in the comfort zone. Bring them out of it. And you can make a group, 4 groups, and you can assign them with different activities and see how they are participating, how they are behaving. That is one way you can give them the social and emotional. You can always have a free play time where you can give them certain corners and see that how they are reacting. Are they sharing and caring? Are they waiting for their turn? Because see, this is the basic of the social and emotional development for the early years, right? Waiting for their turn, sharing and caring, helping their peers, correct?
Circle
All,
time as
all
well, no, ma'am. Circle time as well. They
circle time, yes, circle time. How they are reacting with their peer group when you are taking them for outdoor learning. All the videos have gone down. I think I'm boring. I'm pretty bored, right? Okay, again, two videos open. Uh, three. Slowly it will come. Okay, so now you can understand that how you will going to do the social and emotional development. Now comes coming to the creative development. What kind of activities you can design for this?
Open-ended plays like loose parts play that we used to do.
Hmm.
For creative development, we used to do open-ended plays like loose parts play. We give them some products, some things like sometimes even natural elements we go in for. Leaves, sticks, stones not a very bigger
See,
stones,
for for the
small
for the
seeds,
social creative development, there are
creative.
multiple activities. That is the
Story
crafts,
completion,
art,
na?
huh?
printing.
Story completion. Like
Story
tell a story and
completion
ask
can
them to
be
complete the story.
absolutely, but that can be for your junior and senior KG. For this, you can go for the enactment. See how they are doing it. You can ask them to retell the story. A story they will retell you. Okay. You can give them blocks and see how they are playing with that blocks. What are they making? So there also, see, not only you are giving them the creative developmental activity, but also cognitive development, fine motor development, right? So these are the small things that you need to do these various activities with the children. Now, physical development, as I have said, there are two: growth of body and motor skills. So that gross motor is the large motor skills, the hand, when they're catching, they're throwing, they're doing exercises, balancing. Okay. Then the fine motor is your palma. This is your palma grip. This is your palma grip. And this is your pencil grip. So this is your fine motor skills, which you can do it through drawing, writing, cutting, even the scissors. You can give them the small child-friendly scissors. They can do the cutting. So that is also a very good way of teaching the developing the fine motor skill. Cognitive development. See, I have done all these before I came to this. So cognitive is the thinking and the learning skills. So here you can give them, you can also play memory game with them. You can show them a tray of 7 according to the level. Suppose for the play group, you can show them 4 things and then cover it. And say that if you can tell all the names, then you will get 1 red star. Never ever give them any physical prize, like chocolate, pencil, never. Always go for these stars, a smiley, or a one full ice cream, a picture of an ice cream. Okay, so always give them something like this because this is also required to motivate them. So you can say that if you can remember four, you will get two smileys. If you can remember two, you will get one smiley. If you can remember one, you will get a smiley, of course, half a smiley. Okay, so this is how. Never discourage by saying you will not get anything. So like this, and when you say that I will give you smileys, please make sure that you give them. हो गया काम मेरा काम तो हो गया. Let it be. I won't forget. I forgot. Don't do that because the kids will start losing trust on you. Again, that trust issues will be there. Give them a classroom, a problem solving. Maybe turn the classroom into a restaurant, and now give them some situation. Okay, this happened. Now, what will you do if this happened? If this happens, what will you do? How will you react? See them how they are coming up with their own problem solving skills. You know, give them that space to speak, space to think. Because as a teacher, what we do, we focus on finishing the syllabus instead of giving them a space of what they are thinking, how they are looking into that whole thing. So then here you can give them counting games, you can give them sorting, you can give them puzzles, a lot of things you can give. Language, that listening and speaking skills, like Ma'am Julie ma'am said, LSRW. All of you know LSRW? You all know, aware of? Listening, speaking, reading, writing. So you can understand writing comes at the last. Okay. So listening, they have to have the habit of listening. Once they listen well, they will start speaking properly. So instead of, don't tell the parent, stop telling the parent, ask the parent to stop telling the child, good morning, bolo, good morning, bolo. No, let them listen because every day the teacher is saying, good morning, good morning. Now, finally, one day, the child will come up and say, good morning, because now the child is ready to speak. So let them develop through LSRW. Vocabulary development through storytelling. Early reading. How will you encourage the child to do early reading?
Read through small books, picture books.
Picture reading. Then you can show them the flashcards, and ask them what you can see. Right? You can take them outside and ask them today what you can see around you. So that is also kind of reading. The sight words. We all have in our classrooms, those sight words. So that is what again you can teach them. Storytelling rhymes, of course, there, and phonics. Sound is a very, very need of the hour now. Okay, so all of you should be aware of and you should know how to implement these sounds. We will be touching a bit of the sounds. Okay. Social development, learning to interact with others, sharing. These are all the parameters for the social development. So we have already talked about that building friendship, social confidence. So this all will see. You can ask them to come up and talk about yourself. आज तुमने घर पे क्या खाया? What you had for your breakfast? Everybody will share. their experience. So start with small kind of conversation, and then as the level goes up, you can ask them to talk about, talk about your mother, talk about your friend. Who is your best friend in the class? Okay, X is your best friend. So what X brings in the tiffin? Have you seen that? Like this. So you're encouraging them for the observation also. Then sharing, cooperating, taking turns. You have a lot of activities. You can have group activities. You can have free play corners. You can observe them during the tiffin hours. That is a very important time when you can encourage them. Maybe one child has forgotten to bring tiffin. You can always ask the child to share it. Okay. So if you are his best friend, then you can always share a little bit of your tiffin because he has forgotten to get the tiffin. Okay, so that is how you are helping the child to build friendship. So they will understand that this is the friendship, the bonding. This is also a very important part, the emotional development. Here, they, very slowly and calmly, you have to react to their reactions. If a child is hitting, beating, instead of scolding the child, you need to understand that why the child is doing it. Like one child recently I came across was hitting, and he was even with the teachers also. He was tu karke he was speaking. हाँ तू क्यों किया तूने तू तू जा इधर से. So he was using that too. Then like the teachers, they were a little bit worried, and he was hitting everybody. Then I spoke to the parent. They say that, ma'am, this is happening. Then we came to know that the husband wife, they talk with tu karke. They maybe they were friends. So they exchange that as tu, and they the ayah who with whom the child is there hits the child. So naturally, hitting is, he knows that I am weak, my ayah is strong, so she's hitting me. So in school also, he is hitting the weaker child. Okay. And that is how he has also learned to speak tu. So you have to be very thoughtful, observant, and calmly you have to handle the situation. And you have to go back to the root of that particular reaction. That why suddenly the child is reacting to this? Why the child reacted to this situation? And explain the child. If the child is able to understand, it is very good. Or you speak to the parent, "Ki, this is how the child is reacting," and accordingly you can handle the child in the classroom. So this is how you are giving them the scope, or you are helping them to develop the emotional skill also. Any question till now?
Ma'am, I
Any
have
Ma'am,
one
question till?
question.
Yes,
Sorry.
sure.
Ma'am, actually, what we are doing, we are creating a competitions in our kindergarten, like from nursery to upper KG. Is this the right way to the like storytelling competition, fancy dress competition? Actually, parents are asking, so why you are not going with the competitions? So we are just explaining that this is not the right age for the children to compete, बट दे
Absolutely.
आर बट पेरेंट्स ऐसे मैम मानते ही नहीं है. दे आर सिंग मैम नहीं हमारा बच्चा अच्छा है इसमें स्किल्स में ये. तो हाउ वी टैकल दिस काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशंस?
This is where this is a very difficult question, Harpreet ma'am. Parents are same everywhere, from America to Kanyakumari. Yeah, when it is coming to a parenting, all parents' quality is same. Trust me, it's the same thing. So here we need to be little bit manipulative. We will give the ball to their court. You just tell them that suppose your child couldn't win that particular thing. your child will feel bad. Your child will lose all the motivations. Do you want that? I'm ready to do it. अगर नहीं किया तो, then maybe there are other children who are much better than your child in that particular thing. Maybe in a fancy dress, that particular ex parents will take more care to dress the child up in a very excellent way, creatively than you. Then what will happen? So let them participate. Participation is more
We
important
must,
than
yes.
winning the competition, because competition will come some or the other time. But before that, let them prepare to handle the failures and the winning. Let them handle it in a healthy way without discouraging or demotivating them. Because एक बार बच्चे का अंदर घुस जाए ना, okay, I couldn't win this match or I couldn't win this competition this year. This will
Yes,
start,
ma'am. They start.
getting into them. They will start getting demotivated, discouraged, and multiple, disorder occurs. Some child can become violent. Some will absolutely become quiet. You know, some will never ever try to participate in any other competitions in life. So just give the parents कि आपको क्या ये चाहिए, because यही situation is going to come in the long term. I'm warning you because we have seen this. We are experienced. We are being dealing the children for so long years, so we know it. If you want your children to face all this, we are ready to do.
Instead of this
Always,
competition, we can go with the celebration also. Only
yes,
that fancy
only
dress celebration, red day
fancy day
celebration.
celebration.
Yes, parents,
Absolutely,
parents involvement activities we also doing.
absolutely.
So it not go with the competition. Actually, parents would think about it that competition है यहाँ पे. मुझे
हाँ,
ये उससे better
फर्स्ट
करना
सेकंड हो
है मुझे.
जाए,
यस वो अपने बच्चे का जो मैम एक्चुअली माइंड डेवलप हो रहा होता है वो उस चीज को ना देख के वो दूसरे वे में देखते
बंद
हैं.
हो जाता है.
They
हाँ,
need a
एग्जैक्टली,
trophy, they need a certificate. Yes, my child
सर्टिफिकेट
is participation is must. You also get the
वेरी
certificate of
इंपॉर्टेंट.
participation. Why
हाँ,
you go with the first,
एब्सोल्युटली.
second, third position? Even the result are coming, ma'am. They are also talking about, ma'am, कितने marks आए, ma'am. This is not about the marks. See the progress. We are also going with the
Absolutely.
grading parts. Yes, excellent. A.
Absolutely. Now to grading, now to you will have to go for the rubric method.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to go for rubric method. Because NCRT, any which ways, is trying to implement the rubric method of grading the kids till class, I think,
Hmm.
7 or 8.
That
So
time
you
they
have
start comparing the school. That school में वहां तो ऐसे होता था आपके यहाँ ऐसा नहीं होता. तो
ये
वो
हो रहा है.
एडमिशन टाइम ऐसा होता है तो वो कंपटीशन वो हमें ऐसे आके बताते हैं ना मैम कि वहां होता है वो स्कूल बेटर था हमने यहाँ करके
हाँ,
गलती कर दी मतलब उस चीज को उस चीज में मैनिपुलेट कर देते हैं चीजों को. तो
वही,
वो
I know. This is that I told you na कि America to Kanyakumari, parents
सेम.
characteristics is the same.
यस
So
मैम.
don't ask about parents. Parents are all crazy. But here we have to be little patient, and
मोर
we are
मैनिपुलेट.
manipulative. Exactly. We have to give the
Diplomatic.
ball, huh? Diplomatic.
Diplomatic.
Right. Give the ball
डिप्लोमेटिक
to their
ऑल्सो.
give the ball to their court. अगर ये किया तो ऐसा होगा, आपके बच्चे सफर करेंगे. आप सोच
यस
लो,
मैम.
मेरा क्या है, मैं तो कंपटीशन आई विल अरेंज, आई टू डू दैट. then okay, you want this, I will do it. But उसके बाद don't come and complain me कि मेरा बच्चे के साथ ये हुआ है. हाँ, ऐसा होगा, ऐसा रोज डरा दो उसको.
वही वही और स्पीकिंग ऑल्सो मैम
Otherwise,
जैसे आपने आपने ऑलरेडी बताया कि जैसे बच्चे का हम पेरेंट्स कहते हैं स्पोकन इट मस्ट बी इन इंग्लिश. वही
हाँ,
चीज जो सेम आपने बोली कि आपके घर में बैकग्राउंड में घर में कौन कौन बोलता है मैंने भी बोला था मैम कि बताओ मुझे कि कौन कौन बोलता है. यू आर सेइंग कि बच्चा आपके स्कूल में सिर्फ 3 आवर्स 2 आवर्स से 3 आवर्स के लिए रहता है फॉर द प्ले
and
वे इफ आई
they
एम टॉकिंग अबाउट.
expect the child will be fluently speaking
स्टार्ट
English after 2 months.
पेरेंट्स वांट की चाइल्ड एक दिन आए स्कूल और नेक्स्ट डे से
नेक्स्ट डे
ऑक्सफोर्ड रिटर्न हो
स्पोकन
जाए
उसकी
वो.
इंग्लिश हो जानी चाहिए.
हाँ,
पूरा
एग्जैक्टली.
वही
उनका वो एक्सेंट में ऐसे वैसा इंग्लिश नहीं,
एक्सेंट.
अमेरिकन
एक्सेंट में इंग्लिश
अमेरिकन
बोले,
एक्सेंट.
पूरा एक्सेंट में
वही
इंग्लिश बोले.
Yes, yes.
Well,
वही
the parents are
तो
crazy.
चीज
That's what I said. Now, from America to Kanyakumari, we have seen all the parents. Because me and Twinkleji, we discuss about the parents' problem because we are
yes
facing it day out and day in. So
yes ma'am
one is in Gurgaon, Meerut, and I'm in Kolkata. So we ultimately the parent
Parents
is
are same. Literally, parents are same all over
nature
world.
is same all over the world. That's what I said. Ki
Yeah.
America to Kanyakumari. When it is coming to parents, especially the Indian parents, the most
They
difficult
are
one to
very
have.
fussy. Indian parents are very fussy.
Don't talk about these Indian parents. They are crazy,
very fussy
crazy.
they
So
want when
you
they come to
cannot
start the school they know how
On the
to
very
write
first day when the child come, they want he should know 1 to 10, A, B, C, D,
yes
colors,
everything.
yes
everything
everything
they.
you should know in the age of
One day.
nursery
Yeah.
or LKG जैसे अभी इन्होंने आगे कर चली मास्टर्स कर
When we
चली
have
है
a school, our parents come and to our teachers, मेरा बच्चा 1 से 10 तक सीखा ही नहीं अभी तक. 2 दिन
बस
हुए नहीं बच्चे को आए हुए. And they want कि he should learn each and everything in a 1 day.
Absolutely.
यस
Absolutely. Like, they are crazy. They are crazy people. Absolutely. So you have to be. आजकल तो I have become bluntly manipulative. You want that? I can arrange it. उसके बाद don't come and complain me. ये हो सकता है. मैंने देखा. हाँ, आपने देखा. हाँ, मैंने देखा. I have seen it. Okay. फिर तो छोड़ दीजिए. एकदम डरा दो. Because that is the only way you can keep them under control.
ओके मैम ओके
Even nowadays they are manipulating with the PTM. So last week we had PTM. One of the father is messaging me at रात को 11 बजे. Why don't you postpone the meeting? I have my office tomorrow. You postpone it for 2 weeks. I said okay, thank you. This is what is happening. So they
यस
wanted absolutely at apart their convenience. So there we have to be a little bit manipulative, scare them, give the ball to their court. That is how only
ओके
you can actually handle them. Otherwise, they're very difficult, I tell you. If you ask this question to any trainer, any educator, all will come up with this. We are all frustrated with the parent.
ओके मैम थैंक
None of us have got a correct, positive, pakka answer for this. This is all a trial and error method.
ओके मैम ओके
So creative developments, you can have them the expression, art, music, dance, pretend play. You can give them some situation where they can come up dressed up as a father and mother, and they can have a daily conversations. क्या होता है? So you have to keep on enhancing their innovations and confidence. You have to give them more moral boosting up. Okay, for the creativity. Now, this is a picture. Okay, I will ask you one thing. Just a second. Just a second. I'll give you the picture. Before that, I'll just ask you the question. Hmm. Okay. It 2 minutes.
You are sharing the screen, Devjani ji, or what
Yes,
is?
yes. No, 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 I have not. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'll be sharing one picture and asking them some questions.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Uh, there's a PPT there. Then I will do the sharing. Now I will do the sharing. Okay. Now this is the scenario, right? So what you can see,
Stacking.
what is the child is doing?
Stacking.
Building
See,
blocks.
building
Building,
blocks, right?
building
Now
the tower.
tell me which domain it represents.
Cognitive.
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 Okay. So you
I
can
heard
just write it in the chat box. I can see the name over there. Please write in the chat box. টিটোকে বলো না ওকে একটু নিয়ে যেতে ভীষণ ছটফট করছে বাথরুমে সকাল থেকে কাজ করেনি written? Yes, yes, yes. Good, good. Fine motor, cognitive, physical, creative, physical and cognitive. Good, good. Yes, it's an interdisciplinary. So you can relate with colors. That is a cognitive thing again. Then gradation, big to small. That is again cognitive skill, right? Eye-hand coordination, physical development. Then, so using what? Hand and the palmar grip.
Hand
Palm
movement,
grip.
hand palm movement and hand movement.
Palmar. So that is a gross motor knee,
Gore and fine motor.
fine motor skills with eye-hand coordination.
Hmm.
So it is a multidisciplinary domain. With this one activity, yes, you can. Now, the second activity. You all are sitting somewhere. Just pick up any object near you. Any object. And show me that. Any object. Anything. It can be a kitchen equipment. This is a geometry box, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So if you can all keep your, I can see. Okay, Harpreet ma'am is showing. This is mobile. Ah, not mobile.
Geometry box. It's a geometry box.
Anything
Harpreet
other
ji.
than mobile. Okay, water
Harpreet.
bottle, Prantik ma'am. Prantik sir. Manisha ma'am, book. Okay. Okay.
Julie ji, it's pen. Harpreet ji's geometry box, na? Harpreet ji, it's a geometry box, yeah. Kripa ji is a pen. Samina ji,
It's a
hairband.
hairband.
Hairband. Yes, yes, yes. Manisha ji, what? Copy. Okay.
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 Okay, that's great. Now, I'm giving you 30 seconds, not more than that. 30 seconds to think of 3 ways it can be used as a learning tool for a preschooler. Am I clear?
What? Come again. Sorry, nahi suna.
And I will give you 30 seconds to think. Yes, 30 seconds to think of 3 ways. 3 ways it can be used to teach. It can be used as a learning tool. You can use it as a material, learning material or TLM to teach anything to your preschooler.
No.
Sure. We have to write it or you have to tell it?
You have to
You can
speak
write,
up.
you can tell.
Yeah.
I think it is better that if you can speak.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have shown a pen. So I think language development, showing a pen and asking them to describe about the pen. And second one is early writing skill. The pen is used for writing, so we can use this as a writing skill. And for the math concept, it is counting, like one pen. So these are the
Quantity
tools.
and counting.
Can
Good,
I?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kripaji,
Krupa
yeah,
ma'am.
please, please.
I can teach actually open and close hand-eye coordination. Then second is the pinch one. And third is
Pincer
the
grip.
color.
Okay. 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 Then who is next? Acha, Prantik sir has written how to pour water
Yeah,
without
Manisha,
spilling.
Manisha ji, you want to say something?
Color, closing the lid. Closing the lid will lead to what development, sir? It's a very good activity. But what is the development?
Hand-eye coordination. And then fine motor also we can tell.
Exactly. It's a fine motor skill development. It's a very good activity for fine motor skill.
Yeah, Manisha ji,
Aligning
please.
the lead with the bottle is, of course, fine motor skill. Yeah, the basic is the
Yes,
fine
ma'am,
motor skill.
I can give papers for tearing. That is also yes, and I can give some crayons and do some coloring or something like that. Some watercolors for palm printing, so it will be a creative development kind of. Yes, then by using papers, they can fold. How many folds? Like some origami we used to do no, in the schools, kind of that a craft kind of done. So it will
So
be a
again a
creative.
creative. Again a
Yes,
creative
they will
activity.
be engaged for a while for that.
So that will help to increase their concentration also.
Concentration. Yes, ma'am.
That will help them to increase their concentration. Right.
Concentration and
Who else?
again, close, open, open, open. Then they will listen, and then they'll vocabulary will be increased. Like we have to close the book, then we have to open the book, like kind of. And the
Correct.
more they will learn.
Very good. Very good. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'll show you a hairband.
Mm-hmm.
It's where we wear on the it is
Which
where
ma'am?
on our head.
What is the name? What
Samina
is the?
Akhtar.
Oh, Ajay Samina ma'am. Huh. Yeah.
Hanji. It is where on our head.
Huh.
It is round in shape, and it is
Mm-hmm.
brown in color.
Color, yeah,
So you
color
are
and
teaching
shape. Color and shape.
color and shape. That is again a cognitive skill.
Hmm.
You're developing the cognitive skills.
Color.
Okay, color and shape is a cognitive skill. Yeah, because if they can, the child can touch it, feel it. The kinesthetic skill is also included in the physical skill. Right. Now comes to the very, very vital role of play in the early childhood education. So, what kind of play that we should organize?
Are you sharing the screen right now, Dipjani ji?
No, I have not.
Okay,
Sorry,
fine.
sorry.
Fine.
No, I have not shared, no?
No, you have not shared. I was just asking whether you want to share.
But here it is showing share and now.
No, nothing.
Is it okay
Yes,
now?
now it's about to share.
Huh,
Yes.
yes. Now tell me the role of play. So what do you think that play should be like? Uh, why play is important? What kind of play a child should be allowed to play?
I would
Very,
suggest
interactive session, ma'am.
open-ended plays would be better.
What kind of, can you give me some example?
We should not ask for the end results actually. They can use it, they can use their creativity to build anything. For example, blocks if you can take. We need not have to
Okay.
tell them anything. Let them explore it by they will explore the texture, they will explore the other things,
Hmm.
colors, everything
Hmm.
they will explore. And the block sizes, as you said. So something which is open-ended is always good for children.
Yes, Prantik sir, it is, you are also a very, you have given a very good example for that, that participation is very important, that they are participating. Just now that we spoke about that, and spirit of accepting the defeat. Yes, only play is somewhere where a child can accept the defeat, because today you are defeated, tomorrow you will win. So that is how the uh, you are preparing or seasoning a child to accept the failures also in a very positive manner. That is, of course. But I wanted to ask you that what kind of play you have to organize for the early childhood years. What should be, what kind of,
Free
like,
plays
give
would
me.
be better, I guess. Free plays or
Uh-huh.
outdoor plays are always better.
Yes, you can give them blocks. You can give them
Colors
puzzles,
also, colors and
colors and paper. You can give them, okay, today you can just splash, play with the colors.
And in role play activity, like ma'am, suppose we are telling the story, like monkeys and the capsular and the monkey. In upper KG or lower KG, we can just like
In
student will role play like some one will make role play like a monkey, and other will play like a cap seller,
app
and they
sellers.
narrate
Yes.
the story, do the actions, and teacher is narrating it the story side by side, and they're doing the actions. So it will be a very
Mhm.
interactive way to tell the student actually the what is the story like, and they will also like create interest in this kind of activities.
Correct,
It's almost
correct.
like a role
Uh,
play, like doctor and
Prantik
patient.
sir, Scrabble, you cannot play with the age group of 2 to 5 years. I think that will be
Yes.
little difficult
yes, yes.
uh,
But
activity or game for a child of 2 years or 3 years to understand. But yes, of course, if you can play a treasure hunt kind of a thing, or you
mhm.
can play um, go and stick the letter A, wherever you
Oh,
can find the letter A,
okay.
go and stick
Yes.
a tape on that. So that can be
Yes.
a hunting in the classroom. So
Yes.
basically, there should be three types of play that you can do with your kids. It is organized, non-organized, and semi-organized. So organized play is where you are giving certain goal for the child. Like it can be a small football match, a small throwing the ball to each other, a circle during the circle time we do that. So that is an organized way. You know what to do. Free play or role play, it can be the non-organized, where just like that they are playing whatever they feel like. So in non-organized, what happens? You are giving their space to think. Their creative level is getting encouraged, enhanced, because now they have to. Suppose you give them just a hanky, do whatever you want. Like the way I said, that pick up any one object and uh, form any game, any activity with it. Same way, right? So that is, and semi-organized is you start with focusing with particular, and then leave it on them. Maybe it can be the role play. You start with the cap and the monkey, and then now you give it to them. Let them take it forward. Okay. So this is where you are basically helping the children to do lot of interdisciplinary developmental domains. Physical development, cognitive development, creative development. So play plays a very vital role in the holistic development of a child. Free play, structured play, or the organized play, as I said, dramatic play. Basically, dramatic plays are semi-organized play. Outdoor play are absolutely non-organized play. Okay, even the free plays also. Structured plays, you know what to give them. You have given them certain tasks like scavenger hunt, treasure hunt. Then you have given them certain goal. Some rules are there. Right? So this supports the acha. In play, you are also helping them the socio-emotional development because they are doing it in groups. Now you can see how they are reacting. Either they are hitting each other, they are cooperating with each other, sharing, caring, bonding of friendship is growing, right? So this multidisciplinary developmental happens with the flow of play. So now you can understand that play at this level is so much important. Now, what will be your role? Live all these. Live this writing. You tell me. As a teacher, what will be your role?
To monitor or to
To,
organize,
to teach or to see whether the learning is happening?
to see whether the learning is happening through our teaching, ultimately.
Who else?
I tried with many times. I thought of teaching them something, but I end up in learning something from them. So that happens also.
Absolutely, because that's what the most key feature of a good teacher. Because good teachers are always learning, right? So what else? What should be the role?
Our role should be as a facilitator.
Hmm? Have
Allow
patience.
the
Yes,
children to think.
that is the first and foremost feature of a good teacher. We have got no right to lose our patience. Absolutely. What else? What a good teacher, according to you, should have?
Children should feel happy coming to us. We should keep them always engaging.
So that means creating a stimulating environment. It should be very creative, very encouraging, very motivating. See, always if I ask you that, can you name one teacher from your childhood? Can you name and why you remember?
I remember my maths teacher from ninth class.
Why?
She was very good in maths.
Hmm?
She taught very good maths till now. I remember everything.
Okay.
And mother,
Maybe
literally, I
maybe in a
got
very
interested
different
in
way.
maths after mother, she taught us maths.
Okay.
I
Okay.
do love my maths teacher at fifth standard because she
Mother,
was
that
very
was the turning point
encouraging
of
and
my life.
motivating me. So I
Okay.
remember her.
I hate maths because I used to hate my maths teacher.
And my teacher was too, till now, I remember her name, how she looks at that time. I have a, literally, I know.
two things you will remember. Once you hate from the core, you will remember that person. Once
Yes,
you love,
you
you
love.
will remember that person.
Very true, very true.
Okay. So why?
I
Because
love my
maybe
PT.
that teacher has some immense impact in your life, right? Yes,
Yes,
Julie ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am, I loved my PT teacher because she brings me out from the boring classes. So I like her.
So you remember. Correct. Correct. See, every one of us will remember one or two teachers in our life because they have either a good or a bad impact. But the impact is there. So a teacher should be very stimulating it, whenever the like you should look forward to go to school for that particular teacher. Right. Always encouraging in experiential learning, exploring, innovating. They should come up and ask you a lot of questions. So you are being very encouraging teacher. You have to be very encouraging. You need to give an emotional support. That is where a good teacher, emotional support means you need to have a good of patience. Lot of patience. Without patience, you cannot be math, physics, chemistry stuff. Yes, why, ma'am? B. Bharti, ma'am, why you remember them? Why you remember your maths and physics, chemistry teacher stuff? They must have something created and some kind of strong impact, right? It can be a positive or it can be a negative one. So the teachers needs to be very, very dynamic. It's not that मुझे तो सब पता है. This we have to come out of it. There are many things we learn from our students, even from those little ones. 2 years. I remember I was a teacher that time, long back. I'm talking about 20 years back. Okay. So I remember I was teaching them P for picture. So I drew a picture on the board. One boy student say, "What picture you have drawn? Rubbish." I said, "Why? What happened?" This doesn't look like a picture. The picture has a long neck, and this is a pot you have drawn. So I looked at the picture and I saw, yeah, the neck was little short. It doesn't look like a picture because hurriedly we drew it. So I said, okay, I'm very sorry. Yeah. Yes, please rub that and draw a proper picture. See, every day you are also a good teacher, also learns, you know. So that is what that you have to be very open in learning and honest with the intention that okay, I may not know this. Never stop a student from asking questions. Maybe the question is irrelevant, but you may not know that answer. You can always tell them tomorrow I'll come back with the answer. Today I am not very sure. I won't be able to give you a correct answer. Tomorrow I'll get back to you with the correct and full explanation of the answer. Never say, "Chup kar, shut up, come on, you're disturbing the class." Don't say that because you are creating, first of all, a distance with the student. So the child will never be comfortable with you. Even if the child's intention is to disturb you, will keep on doing that, even after you scold them or throw them out of the classroom. But if you come back tomorrow with the answer and explain it, slowly the child will understand that, okay, she's helping me out. She's not complaining about me. She's not throwing me out of the class. She's not punishing me, but rather she's finding out the answer for me. So you're giving an emotional support to that child. So then again, the activity-based learning. So make the classroom a fun place, uh, very stimulating, encouraging, so that they actually look forward to come back to the class repeatedly. Role of a parents. Let's not discuss this. That's the most. If go on telling them, I don't know whether they are going to listen to you. But yes, as a teacher, we have to, during the PTM, we can always tell them, "Ki, please sit with your child, read them a storybook. If the parent is not very educated, tell them कि आपको जो भी story आता है, आप वही बोलिए उससे. You don't need to read it from the book. Stories are all fable stories. It comes down from the great grandmother, grandmother. It comes down. The story anyone can tell, because storytelling something where the child and the parent bonding starts. Encourage the fathers to spend at least quality time with the child. नहीं कहाँ है मेरा time? I'm busy with my business, this and that. I know you are very busy. At least spend one day in a week. Once in a week, you can, for 2 hours, you can stay. So when you are interacting with the parent, keep away your mobiles, switch off the TV, talk with the child. Tell the parent that the father is the pillar of the family, because the child looks up to the father for a protection. Maybe the child has lot of things to complain about the school, about the teacher, about mother, about siblings. Has got some lot of things to complain. Let the father give a patient hearing to the child. And moreover, the important, which I don't know, hardly a very handful of parents they do, maintain a routine. Early bed. This is hardly maintained. There are very handful parents which they listen and they try and do it, but I don't know about the majority of the parents are very, they don't understand about the routine, but the routine in a child's life is very important, at least till 6, 7 years. Any which case, once they go to class 2, 3, the routines actually you cannot implement. But once you set in the routine, you will see that the child is tending to follow that. A 2 years old child need not to study every day, but at least for 1 hour, the child should sit in the evening. Whether the child is coloring, playing with blocks, but 1 hour, the child should learn to sit. So once you are making the child to sit for an hour, initially, slowly the time will increase. And they will know that in the evening, 6 बजे से मुझे बैठना है, वो मैं कुछ भी करूं. So the routine is very important, and as an educator, we only have to make the parent again manipulatively to understand. See, this is very important. That learning environment. How will you keep your see when we take the class, when we take the training, we put this background. We put this background. Why we put this? This is very encouraging because we are representing the Skillveda. Okay, so this gives, even for the participants also, they see it and they understand. Okay, Skillveda is giving us so much of opportunities. So same when you are as a teacher, when you are having a classroom, you should have lot of learning corners, reading areas. There should be classroom should be very child friendly, very encouraging, so that the child immediately comes and relate themselves with the classroom. So whenever I put this Skill Veda background, I feel that okay, today I'm representing Skill Veda. Right? That actually morally boosts me up, encourages me. Same with the teachers also. The more see, with a dull classroom, with shabby walls, even the teacher also gets demotivated. वही तो 10 साल से मैं वही ABCD पढ़ा रही हूँ, that 1 2 3 4, अरे यार क्या करे. So you also get irritated, frustrated, and your that zeal also goes down every day. कल फिर सुबह को स्कूल जाना है, oh my God. वो that we say that the chichira teacher in the classroom, in the school. One day you will become like that. So if you have you, if you are very innovative, very encouraging, enthusiastic, full of zeal, you show that vibrancy inside your class. Make it very clear. Put lovely chart. You can ask the children to do a group activity and put that, display that in the classroom. So the more colorful classroom is, the more encouraging and enthusiastic your children will be, and as well as you will be. And once you are happy, your classroom will be happy. The learning will happen like this. These are not the lectures, but trust me, this happens. Because over the years, we are teaching the same thing. Now, when someone, like I have a training on 13th and 14th in Sikkim, the same NEP, I said, again NEP, not again, I don't want. The last 3 years, NEP, squash, my head is. So what I do, like squash, I started with Skillveda only. So what I do, I start preparing different PPT. You can ask Twinkle ji ki this is I think the third phonic class I'll be doing.
Yes.
I have a different PPT. The first batch had a different PPT. The second because if when I'm changing the PPTs, I'm getting little bit more innovative. My en- my zeal is also there. My enthusiasm is also the same. Otherwise, what happens? वही तो phonics, jolly phonics, वही तो above पढ़ाना है, वही कराना है. I change the activities so that even the participants also get encouraged. Why I keep on asking कि आप लोग please video on कीजिए, because that motivates me. I want to give you the best, whatever I know. There are areas where you know more than me, but that is how. So even for your classroom also make it very vibrant, very colorful. These people, if you have time, you can always please read John Piogo, Lev Vygotsky, then Eric Erikson. I said that psychosocial development. Then Maria Montessori, of course, you people have gone through. But Eric Erikson and John Piogo, I would say that if you have time, and Frederick Forsyth, not Forsyth, Frederick Frobel. I say Frederick Forsyth, my favorite writer. Frobel, please read them, read their theories, because this will really help you to think critically, you know. And you will see when it coming to implementation, there will be a big change. So I always encourage the educators कि please कुछ नहीं तो ये तीनों पढ़ो, must. Now, challenges are huge for the teachers. Lack of poor nutrition, वो तो बाद में आता है. Lack of stimulation. Parents are so discouraging. They are so demotivating. अभी थोड़ा बहुत स्कूल में कुछ हो जाए, media is there right in front of the school, right? So even the teachers are scared. Yeah, how I can implement discipline in the school? हम लोग के बचपन में मार खा के हम लोग को सर फूट जाता. We don't have the chance to come and tell the parent, because I know that if I tell my parent, parent will break another side of my head. But now तो they know the whole ball is in their court. So limited, then the area, constraint of the area, too much of emotional stress. And the last and the most important is excessive screen exposures, where we have got nothing to do. So now these are the strategies that you can start implementing: the activity-based learning, more of storytelling, outdoor play, lot of group activities, art and craft. So these are the things which you can start implementing from the new session. It's good that we have all started before the new session begins. So once you get all these, things in your hand, you can always go back and start making your own planner and implementing all these activities, included in your teaching methodology.
Any questions?
Friends,
Any queries?
yeah, till now, anything? This is the
Yeah.
assessment. Okay. So anything else before we finish off?
Any doubts? Anything you want to ask?
Can you please suggest me about assessment, observation, anecdotal records?
Observations, you can always do during the free play corner. That is a very good thing you can do. You can have assessment sheets, observation sheet, where you can write the different parameters of development of your own, and you can just see and keep on ticking it. You know, suddenly you see a child who started speaking full sentence. So you can write it down. That's the anecdotal records. You can just write that 6th of March, she spoke one full sentence. Right. So that's the anecdotal records. Anecdotal records is very important. Okay. Then you can make portfolios, like each child should have their own, because when this is a very helpful when you are when they are going to the next class, you can hand over that portfolio to the class teacher. So the class teacher will just go through it and will know that okay, this 35 children, each child is like this. So because what happens most of the time, the teachers, at least 3 4 months, it just passes by knowing each child. So it becomes very difficult. But if you have proper portfolios made, then you will see that once you go through the portfolios, what will happen, you can immediately, you can understand, okay, मेरा 10 बच्चा है, इसमें two are this, 10 are like that. So you can handle them properly, you know, right?
Plus, what should be there in the portfolio?
Portfolio, the child's name first, it should start with. Then the different developmental milestones you just write. And then you can keep on mentioning that. Okay.
Tomorrow
And
we
then
will give you a example of portfolios, how we can make it, है ना, Dibjani ji?
I will give you. I will give
Yeah.
you the observation sheet sample. I will give you anecdotal records, portfolios. You can stick a picture of the child, then the name, and then different milestone. And then in every 4 months, you can put a note about the child. So every
Thank you,
quarter,
ma'am.
you can see the difference, how the child is either going up or going down. So once the child is going down, you can understand that why the child is going down. You can always go back and do the analyze. Okay.
Anything else you want to ask anyone?
Anything?
Now we have reached to the conclusion of this session.
Okay. So how did you liked it, and was there any takeaways of today's class?
Anyone wants to summarize the session? What you have learned from today's session? Anyone? Kripa ji, you want to say something? Manisha ji? Anyone?
Some theories I learned today. Like I will go and just Google which are that those theories, and I will learn more. And so many activities ma'am had described, as I am teaching children who is in UKG, that is upper kindergarten. So a lot of activities and everything I got to know that I need to conduct and everything. I have just done my NTT, but I am very curious that I asked Twinkle ma'am that ma'am whether I can do this certificate is valid or not. But now I am not bothered about certificate. Whatever I
No,
am
no,
getting,
Manisha ji, you
that
will
is
be
more
getting
than enough.
certificate and it
No,
will be
that is okay,
valid. It will
ma'am.
be valid
But
in 25
now
So
hours.
what Manisha ma'am is saying that right now that learning is so
Learning is more important. Yeah, I
yes,
do understand,
yes,
but
yes.
certificate is also that important for
that important.
CBSE.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And
CBSE, you
one
have
more
to.
thing, like I was just explaining my management, like the thick crayons we need to take, that domes crayon, and then some drop shapes and some ball shape, that to the development of the hand and something like that. but I will just force them to implement that. And so many new things I came to know. First of all, I didn't know about organized non that difference I came to know now. Now semi organized, like how I can segregate those activities in those areas, that I came to know, and I will surely uh,
I will make
implement
a
that.
list of the equipments and all that helps you to design more activities. I will
Yes, ma'am.
make
Yes.
sure that I'll send it.
And holistic development card that you were giving no observation sheet, that also we will go through if you'll share
Yes,
on the screen. But ma'am,
yes.
my question is that, if see, I am teaching in a UKG class, but ma'am, if we'll see, NEP have designed the book like Ratna Sagar, Navneet, Euphius, any publication if you'll pick, there is very less syllabus. And then primary may suddenly they jump into the first standard, and then itna jada burden, lot of sentences and paragraphs and 4 line, my favorite pet, my favorite animal, my this. So ma'am, as a teacher, what I
How
can
to
do?
bridge that gap? How to
Yeah,
bridge
yeah,
that
yeah.
gap? Yeah.
Huh.
Next
Exactly.
session,
I want to
next
finish
class.
my syllabus. I want to give my child best, but just I want that free time में मुझे जो भी मिलता है ना, तो how can I just feel that loopholes or gap, you can say.
Next session,
Tomorrow
there
we
will
will be doing this. Manisha ji, tomorrow we will be doing this.
tomorrow we
Yes,
will
ma'am.
be
Thank
doing
you
the
so much.
bridging the gap. Bridging, how will you
Yes,
bridge the
ma'am.
gap, and how will you going to implement all these through activities? I will show you.
Yes. Thank you
There will
so
be
much,
more
ma'am.
activities tomorrow. So I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
all
Thank you so much.
the videos to be on. I'll
Yes,
make you
ma'am.
all
Sure.
run.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Okay,
Devjani ji, we are done
we
with
are
the
done.
questions now. Tomorrow we will be meeting again.
Yes.
And thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Devjani ji, for such an
Thank you.
activity-based session. I hope
Yes.
everybody likes this session.
Thank
Thank you,
you, ma'am.
everyone.
I hope
Yes, ma'am.
3 days
Thank you,
will be a
ma'am.
lot of
Thank you.
3 days will be a learning.
3 days will be a learning sessions now.
Absolutely. Another 2 days left. There
Yeah,
will be a
another
lot
2
of
days.
things.
Tomorrow we
Yeah.
will be meeting again at the same time, 7 to
7
9.
time.
Thank you,
We will
ma'am.
be sharing the PDF notes in the group only. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Samina
you.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.